different, I ain't see her. Tunnel vision, only spot the keepers. Proud of you, I study you, I do the research. Proud of you.
A versatile big man. One of the player cards that I think falls under the radar sometimes as a budget card is the Raef LaFrentz card from the Lights Out set earlier this year.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. Well, great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, BA. Thanks. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Knicks. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference.
Well, I think for New York, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, we've got Hayward, Murray out there with Will Barton. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Barnes in at the power forward position. And for the Knicks, they've got Robinson, Kevin Love out there with Gallinari, and it's Chris Paul. And it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. Murray kicks to Barnes. Knicks with the rebound. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Boy, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
Barton, wide open, he fires. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Murray against Paul. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Nurkic against Love. Knocks it loose and stolen by Love. Robinson goes in, jacks up a 3, and again, New York with the triple.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now, here's Nurkic. Hayward looking around. Clock at 6. Over Love. Hayward can hit. And here are the Knicks. They're on a 14-3 run right now. He gets that one. And that's 10 points for Chris Paul.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now, here's Nurkic. 9 points last game out. Puts it up from 12. That one a little long. The Knicks leading by 13. Paul outside. Pass to Love. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Early in his career, Love got the stretch 4 label, but he's always rejected it. He prefers to call himself a post player who can shoot.
Pelicans trail by 15. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
All up top, he's covered by Murray. Shoots from the line. Doesn't go that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Barton. He just could not put it together in that loss to Denver. Back to Murray. From downtown, Ingles with the rebound. Paul right side. The 9-footer's on the mark. Paul's got 12 points in the game. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the New York Knicks. That quarter. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the
steals thing is just...
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Knicks here, guys.
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Hayward. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Clark, one thing that makes Will Barton so good is that he fits right in among any group of players.
And I like the pace he plays with, guys. He doesn't seem to force the issue. He lets the game come to him, and when he has opportunities to explode, he usually does. He's always moving. He's active at both ends. He's a high-quality performer.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Count that one.
Barton doesn't back up now. He really takes on challenges. Even when you rough up Barton, he's going to fight through contact and make it hard for you.
And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Hayward.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Ball against Murray. Robinson drives in. Kicks it out to Paul. Pass to Ingles. Robinson against Barton. Goes back up. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Robinson's got his first points of the night. Barton passes to Hayward. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of basketball. It's Barton on the wing. Ingles covering. Barton kicks to Murray. Over Paul. Murray, no good.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Ball against Murray. And Paul gets it to go in.
Paul's been on attack all night, and he's capable of taking over games with his scoring. We know about his passing, but he can get it done with his scoring, too.
Murray surveying the D. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And taking a look now at stats for Nurkic. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 15 points a game last season. 10 rebounds and 3 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Paul against Murray. Barton fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
That free throw good from Barton.
Yeah, I've got mad respect for the way Barton carries himself. I mean, he's a terrific teammate. He does everything he can to impact winning.
Now here's Paul. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He had 16 points and one. And that's going to...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Kevin Love out there with Gallinari. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then it's Robinson. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. The Knicks leading by 12. But teardrop falls in. Paul's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Knicks.
And Paul with the good touch on the floater. Guys, that's a difficult shot to make, that floater, but it's one of his many go-to shots.
Well, Clark, one thing you have to respect about Jamal Murray is how intense of a competitor he is.
And you can't substitute competitive spirit, Kevin. It's a great attribute to have, and you see that in how he's improved his game year to year. I mean, he loves being in the spotlight, going up against the game's big-name guards, and he doesn't shy away at all. That's a credit to him.
Paul surveying the floor. From the arc. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Hayward, right side. Over Ingles. Sinks the 15-footer. Hayward's got his second basket of the night.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Paul against Murray. Outside Robinson. Kicks it out to Love. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. It's Barton on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Robinson against Barton. Inside, here's Nurkic, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats, but Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not. But, you know, sometimes I think we just take for granted how outstanding a passer Chris Paul is nowadays. I mean, this guy's averaged just under 10 assists a game for his career. Really one of the best point guards to play the position.
11 feet away, Love banked in off the glass. Love's got 4 this quarter.
Room service assist from Paul. Can't put the ball in a better spot. His vision, outstanding.
Nurkic finds Murray. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Barton against Robinson. Robinson with the block.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Paul against Murray. Now Paul. Pulls up on the elbow. Misses the shot. And so it's New York controlling the game and finishing the quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nurkic. Then there's Murray, and it's Hayward, and it's Barton in at the shooting guard position.
Yeah, Will Barton has a full offensive arsenal. I mean, can spot up, drive it, score off the dribble. That about covers it, doesn't it?
Paul outside, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. 26 points for Chris Paul.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Robinson for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hayward on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Murray, no good. The Knicks leading by 21. Molinari dishes to Paul. Fourth quarter now. We're about 1.5 minutes in. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Paul's got 12 points in just the second half. Murray outside. Pass to Barnes. Ingles against Hayward. Here's Nurkic. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 5th rebound in this one. High arcing shot. Murray against Paul. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. It's not going to go for him. The Knicks go the other way with it. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 30.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Chris Paul.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Barnes looking around. Plays it up and banks it in.
Boy, the size and quick release Barnes has helps him inside. I mean, he feels very comfortable shooting from here.
Paul with the ball. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.